Per the drawing we are having, we have been asked to find the bearing of A, B, C, D from the origin, which is O. So whatever we have here, let's not forget that bearing is always drawn from the North Pole, as you can see over here. So if we take our solution, let's have a look at how to deal with this problem. There are solutions. Let us say the bearing of, so I, A from O should be equal to, let's look at our drawing again. The bearing of A from O means that we should travel from the North Pole and meet the line, which is the A line. So when we travel from the North Pole to meet the A line, that will be the bearing of A from O. But what we know here is that from the North Pole to the East Pole is 90 degrees, because that is the right angle we have over there. So from the north to the east being 90. Now we know from the line A to the east is 50. From the line A to the east is 50. Therefore, from the north to the line will be what degree? If the total from north to east is 90, and now we know from line A to the east is 50, then what will be from the north to line A? Therefore, we know the total is 90 degrees. But we are left with 50 degrees to reach the east pole. So it becomes minus 50 degrees, which is equal to 40 degrees. Therefore, the bearing of A from O is 40, such that when I put the 40 over here, if I should add the 40 to the 50, I will get my 90 degrees. Now let's take II, where we have the bearing of B from O to be equal to, this is where B is. Now from the North Pole to the East Pole is 90. From the East Pole to the South Pole is also 90. Therefore, from the North Pole through to the South Pole becomes 180. But the 180, when we travel from the North Pole round to meet the B line, we have not gotten to the South Pole. It is left with 30 degrees for us to reach the South Pole. So if the whole thing is 180, but we are left with 30 to reach the South Pole, the bearing of B from O becomes the whole, which is 180 degrees, minus the 30 degrees left. So 180 minus 30 gives us 150 degrees, such that, looking at it carefully, from the east to the south is 90, and this side is 30. Therefore, this side will automatically be 60. So that if from the north to the east is 90, and from the east to the B line is 60, 90 plus 60 will give me 150. You can still use that method, get the answer. III. The bearing of C from O would be equal to, let's look at C. From the north to the east is 90. to the south is 180, and to the west is 270. But the question is, we have not gotten to the west pole. We ended somewhere here. And from this line, the C line to the west pole is 60 degrees, which means we have not fully covered the 270. We are left with 260, cover the 270. So what we need to have here, out of the 270 degrees, we are left with what? 60. So let's take the 60 from the 270, which will be giving us 210 degrees. Therefore, from the north pole to the C line becomes 210 degrees. Or from north to east is 90. East to south is also 90. That is 180. Then from the south to the sea is 30, because the whole thing is 90, and we are left with 60 to reach the west pole. So when you take the 60 out of the 90, this side becomes 30. So 90 plus 90 plus 30 will give us 210. Then IV, that is D from O. From the north round back to the north is 360. But we are left with 40 to reach the 360. That is to make a complete revolution. So we have our 360. Alright. But we didn't complete the whole circle. It is left with 40 degrees for us to complete the circle. So when we take the 40 degrees out of the 360, we should be left with 320 degrees. Therefore, the bearing of D from O is 320 degrees.